That's what happens when I take a 2-week break. I totally forget everything. So in Villa sunt duo ostia, ostium magnum et ostium parvum. So here we have the ostium magnum, okay, et ostium parvum. People would typically show up at the front door. I might quibble a little with the way this is arranged, but there would be a waiting area for Julius's clients who would come to visit. All right, so let's.
Michael, you have a question in the chat.
Yes.
I think Laura had a question.
The T, okay. The TI is a ts. Okay, like tentationem. Okay.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if having the S right in front of it would change that.
No, well, actually, it makes it a very nice sound. Ostium, okay.
Oh man. Quae cheli pandis
Ostium. Well, yeah, okay. The TI is the one that you want to do okay. So, and it may now, to be fair, it may end up closer to ostium than ostium or ostia. Keep in mind that we are English speakers, and there are certain sounds that are just totally alien to English. And so we will shift sounds. But generally speaking, it's not something that's, I mean, it's pretty easy to follow. The main narrator in this series likes to drop his H's. He likes to say orto or ortus instead of horto or hortus. He really should pronounce his H. What he's doing is he's dropping the H, which was common in certain regions in certain times in ecclesiastical Latin. So you got to keep in mind, we do have 2,000 years, and so there are variations on a theme there. But ostium and ostia.
I feel like
I should be saying ostium.
Oh man, I feel like it's going to be an uphill battle trying to convince everyone in Annunciation Choir that it's O Salutaris. Yeah, it's going to.
Well, how do you sell it? How do you say it in the
Ostia?
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, okay. So I don't need to convince him of anything.
Yeah, no. Well,
okay.
Keep in mind that ostia, if you split it at the syllable, the OS and the TIA, you can say ostia.
Yeah.
But you don't put that pause in there. You just say ostia.
Yeah.
So how much of the t is in there versus the t? That's and also you're singing it.
Yeah.
It's very hard to sing.
Yeah.
You think, oh wow, it's snakes. Where's St. Patrick?
Yeah.
or maybe we need a exorcism here.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I wouldn't. Just don't say ostia. Well, all right, maybe you guys do say that because of your Pius X. Do you make that long O?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
so
still,
maybe in that case, then we don't need to stress about this quite as much.
Yeah. Actually, let me double check. I don't think it's O. No, it's not a long O, isn't it? Let me go back here.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. It is long. Ostia. Sorry, ostium. I'm wrong. It is long O.
Oh, okay.
Ostium.
I have one more question on ostium magna and ostium parvum.
Yes.
The monument, does that refer to just basically the front door is going to be grander, or does it actually refer to like the size? If maybe they have a side door that's just as,
No, that's the size. Now,
it is the size. Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's the big door and the little door. Now, the big door was in the front and the little door was on the side.
I was thinking if they had a villa that opened out onto a nice garden, it might have a door the same size, but maybe the
No,
front
no, no,
doors.
no, because the garden is interior. Okay.
Okay.
Here's the front door over here. This would be typically the front door. Oh, actually, that's kind of interesting. The way they, oh, let's see, 1, 2, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this would be the front door. The Ostium Magnum, presumably. What's kind of interesting is the way they've drawn this doesn't really quite match up with that, but whatever. You know, but this would be pretty typical. There would be the atrium. There'd be various decorations, statues, various rooms off, and there would be a waiting area for people who came to see the family. So, any other questions? All right. So with that, let me.
Oh, I see something. I got a quick question.
Sure.
Say 40, 39, line 38, the IE, is it EE, or how do you pronounce the pronoun?
You got it.
I,
It's
yeah,
EE.
EE. Okay.
Ubi dormiunt servi.
Oh, wait, off to the left to say AE.
No, no. This is where, yeah, well, okay. Well, all right, let me see if I have the table here. If I don't, then I'll just wait till later to, yeah, okay. I think this is, yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can see this, right? Scriba.
Yes.
All right, this is the id, okay, which is approximately he, she, and it. Now, it's actually more complicated than that. But let's leave that aside for the moment and keep it as he, she, and it. The plural is AE, AA, and AA. Okay. So what they have done here is they're now, okay, let's see. Let me go back to the definition. Oh, do they have the line in here? Let's see here. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can find it. There are oh, well, I guess they didn't do it. Anyway, there are a couple alternative spellings or forms of words. We have them in English, usually contractions are the ones that come to mind. But in this case, what they've done is they have changed out the AE for an EE, which is just an alternate form. I don't know. Let me see if the Grammatica, let's see, I don't know if the Latina Disco talks. Oh, I got to log back in. Okay.
Want me to cover my eyes?
No, that's all right. Oops, excuse me. Oh, there's Alex. Sorry, I didn't see him. Let's see here. All right, come on, let's get back in here. there. Let's see if, I don't think they talk about the, do they talk about the contractions? Oh, okay. All right, they do talk about the EE. Yeah, II is an alternative version to the EI, okay? So if you look at your, well, depending upon which dictionary you look at, you may see an EI or you may see an II, but they are the same. There it is. They are the same thing. The ablative, aes in here, but they're going to use the ees, and ees. That is just a period difference. I believe these are the older forms, if I'm not mistaken, and these are the more recent forms, but I may have that backwards. I'll try and look that up for next time. Let's see, where are we? Here we are. Oh, hold on. I got more than one of these open. So, any other questions on the first section? Yeah, and it's pronounced EE.
EE,
EE, yeah.
not AE.
Not it, no. EE.
EE, okay.
EE. All right, so, all right, well, let's go on to the next section then. Let's see here.
Michael, I have a question
Okay,
before we
first
go.
or second section?
Actually, in chapter 4.
Oh, wow, okay,
Well, just a quick question.
all right.
I'm just wondering, this is sort of a riddle. Why would Julius not want to call out Medus if he was on board a ship?
Could you refer to me to a line?
Oh, well, you know, he uses the imperative a lot in chapter 4.
Right,
And he uses the imperative often with Medus. So I was just
right,
asking,
Medus was a servant, so yeah.
right, yeah, so why would he not want to call him out if he was on board a ship?
I don't know why. I don't recall Medus being on a ship.
Well, he wasn't. I'm just saying if he was on a ship, it would not be a good idea for Julius to call him, no matter how mad he was at Medus.
Totally lost you.
Well, the vocative, if I recall correctly, is Mayday.
Oh, I walked into that one right through the front door.
Everybody else on board, everybody else on board the ship might be concerned.
Yeah, well, fortunately, that was not the cry for help in the first century
So
AD.
I'm confident that that's correct.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Well, I mean,
I suspected you were going somewhere with it, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out where it was. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. That's why we always appreciate you, Alex. You always have interesting observations.
inappropriate interruptions.
All right, so chapter 2 or section 2. All right. So let's I'll take the first part. Emilia cum Marco quinto Iuliaque in peristilo est. Julia rosas pulchris in horto videt, et ab Emilia discedit. Iam ea cum Emilia non est, Emilia eam non videt, puella in horto est. So, Emilia is with Marcus, Quintus, and Julia in the peristelium. Julia sees beautiful roses in the garden and leaves, if you departs, maybe that's the best way to translate that, from Emilia. Now she is not with Emilia, and Emilia does not see her. The girl is in the garden.
I'll take the next one.
Okay.
Amelia imperat marche et quinte Juliam vocate. Amelia commands Marcus and Quintus, call Julia. And then
Yes.
Marcus et Quintus Juliam vocant. Julia veni, said Julia, eos non audit neque venit. Marcus and Quintus call Julia, Julia, come. But Julia does not hear them and does not come.
One more line.
Oh, okay. Julia pueros vocat. Julia calls the boys. Marcus, Marche et quinte venite. Calls the boys Marcus and Quintus, come. Hic multe rosae sunt. Here are the roses. Oh,
Here are
wait.
many roses, right?
Yeah, here are the many roses.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. It's a little hard with the, let's see. Oh, let's go all the way to there. Whoops. There.
I can take it.
Sure.
Puere Julium adiunt, neque ii ab Emilia discedunt. So the boys hear Emilia. Neque
Whoops,
is,
say that again.
wait a minute. Audiunt. So they hear, Julium is the accusative. So the
Right.
boys hear Julia. And
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah, I
they-
thought you said Amelia the first time.
oh, no. Oh, if I did, it was mental typo. Neque ii ab Emilia discedunt. So they do not leave Emilia. Is that right? Because it's a neque.
That's right.
Okay. Quintus, carpe rosas Julia. So grab the roses, pick them. Julia rosas carpit et cumquinque rosis ex horto venet. So she grabs 5 roses and exits the garden. Julia, vide mater, vidite puere, vidite rosas meas. Julia later asked, rosae eam delectant. So Julia is calling her mother, calling her brothers, and she's saying, see the roses, see my roses. And she is very happy because the roses are very delightful.
Right.
What would be the proper definition for delectant? I didn't actually look that up. I just
Oh, we have it in delectable, but that usually means pleasing would be probably the best. Well, let's see what actually.
Well, eam is the accusative form, so and that's referring to Julia. So I think it would be something like the roses.
I'm
delight
sorry.
her.
The roses. Oh, you're right. I have that backwards. don't
Oh,
I?
that's so yeah, rose eam delectant. So eam, she's right. Eam is the accusative.
Right.
So the my roses pleased her.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Laura.
For sure.
Yeah, and I was gonna, let's see here. Let's put in delectant, and from delecto. Let's see if I can. That typing is probably too well. No, that's right. Yeah, to please, to charm, or amuse. Okay. I don't know if you can quite see that. Let me try a different dictionary here. Let's see if this works out better. Yeah, here we go. All right, this one is got a bigger print, so let's try this one. It's not as oops, sorry. It's not as good a there we go. There we go. Whoop. All right, come on now. Let's get the right dictionary. There. See, this one I think is a little easier. It actually means to allure from the right path, to entice, to seduce. But in this case, I don't think the roses are seducing anybody, but it means to delight, alluring, please, charming, amuse. That is ultralingua. I'll type that into the ultralingua. And of course, whoops, Lingua. There we go, ultralingua. I don't like it as well because it leaves a lot of important stuff out. But if you just want something that's a straight up English translation, such as what my wife prefers, then it's probably better than Scriba. The nice thing about Scriba is it does all the declensions and conjugations and stuff. So, but it's probably also easier to read over Zoom. Whoop, where were we? All right. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Go ahead.
Amelia, ecce puella pulcra cum rosis pulcris. Verba Emiliae Juliam delectant. Or that'd be delectant.
Delectant, yeah.
Delectant. Marcus, rose pulcre sunt. Puella sine rosis pulcra non est. Verba Marci Juliam non delectant. So that is Amelia says, look at the girl, look at the pretty girl with pretty roses.
Right.
And then Julia delights to hear Amelia's words. And then Marcus says, the roses are pretty. The girl without the roses is not pretty. And then the words Marcus says, do not delight Julia.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just call him Judas. We'll stop calling him Marcus. Definitely the trouble child here. Yes, puer improbus est, yes. On the other hand, Marcus is probably what, about 14, that awkward age, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, see, and this is where puella pulcra. So you know that the pulcra goes with puella, pretty girl, and then rosis pulchris, those are pretty roses. So if it was puella feda, ugly girl, or rosas fedas, ugly roses, although you wouldn't normally say that. Let's see what else. Okay, yeah, all right, next. Let's see, ooh, where's the next section here? Oh, well, I'll just do this
Down
part.
to about line 70, I think. would be good.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, that actually, you're right. Actually, you're right. It goes down to, well, let's do there. Any takers? Michael, I hate to say it, I think you're up next.
Thanks. Amelia Errata, Tachi Piri Improbe, yes. Julia
Improbe.
Improbe,
Oh, yeah, not an O, but an improbe.
Improbe.
Yeah.
Julia Puella Ultra est cum rosas et sine rosas
Sine.
sine.
Yeah, all letters
Sine.
are pronounced. There are no silent letters in Latin, unlike English.
My vowels, I keep missing the, the long and shorts.
Well, you've been conditioned by English to ignore certain letters depending upon where their position is. See, we would in English, you'd say, if we just S-I-N, you'd say sin. But if it's S-I-N-E, you'd say sign.
Right.
Whereas in Latin, S-I-N is sin and S-I-N-E is sine.
The name. Okay.
So anyway, let's start
Okay,
with
then.
that line.
Tache pure.
No. Translate. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You already read it.
Well, let me give it to you in Latin. No, it's I'll stop in lingual. It's be quiet, you bad boy.
That's not
Pretty good.
literal, but that's a pretty good translation. Yes, that's yeah.
And then Julia is a pretty girl with or without the roses.
Yes.
And then the next section, Julia audet marci et quinte. Marcus, mater non videt nusum tuum fodium.
Fadum.
Say that again.
O-E, O-E, A-E, and E are all pronounced the same.
So how? So it's say the word again.
Fadum. Pretend the O isn't there for a moment.
Okay, got it. Yeah, fadum.
Yeah. Now, okay. Here we go. I'm going to draw upon your altar boy experience for many years ago. You may have seen the Regina Caeli spelled C-O-E-L-I. That was a frequent spelling many years ago.
Right.
E. So you still.
The OE was when they almost like they ran together.
Yeah, well, it was still Caeli. Yeah, C-O-E-L-I. So Caeli, I'll put this in the, of course, autocorrect is going to mess that up. C-O-E-L-I. There we go. Caeli and C-O-E-L-I, Caeli and Caeli, they're the same word. So fadum is, and in fact, you will see it spelled C-E-L-I in certain medieval manuscripts because it was pronounced the same way. All Caeli, A-E, Caeli, O-E, and Caeli, just straight E, were all pronounced the same. So there was no difference. Now, in classical Latin, there was, but I don't want to get I won't get into that. So, but anyway, so this is fadum. So continue.
Okay, Marcus et Quintus
I
Redent.
went too far. Go ahead, keep going.
And then Julia, Audi, Mama, Pieri,
Pueri,
Itam me redent, Julia.
rident.
Pardon?
Pueri etiam me rident.
Say that one more time. Pieri,
Pueri,
Iam me
pueri etiam me
redent.
rident.
Julia plorat et cum una rosa ab is
Eis,
there it is again. Is just said it.
just shaded.
Just state it though with a K. Okay.
Okay. And what does that mean?
Well, it starts out mother,
I think we started there. Yeah, go ahead.
okay. Julia's saying to Marcus and Quinte, hear me. Hear Marcus, and then Marcus says, Mater, he says, mother does not see the God, the ugly nose.
Yeah.
Her ugly nose.
Yeah. Marcus says, Mom does not see your ugly nose.
Okay. Then Marcus and Quintus, they both laugh. Haha.
They're both laughing. Yeah.
And then Julia says, oh my God, here we go again. Ari mama up here. Listen, mama, the boys are laughing at me.
Yep.
And then Julia is oh, porat.
I'll give you a hint. Ooh.
Cries. Yeah,
Cries,
Julia
yeah.
cries. And with one rose. And see that AB, that's
That's up.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
With it, and
Disceded
she leaves
means
with it.
to leave, to depart, to
so
go
she
away.
leaves with the rose.
Yeah. So she leaves them, or I should say, she leaves from
With the
them
rose.
with a rose. Yeah, meaning
Right.
she had the one rose
Correct.
and left them behind. Yeah. All right. I guess I'll do the next one.
Oh, okay.
Emilia, tacite pueri improbi. It's about time. Nasus Juliae fedus non est, discedite ex peristilo, sumite ceteris rosas, easque in aqua ponite. So we've seen the, let's see, we had the tace,
Right.
meaning be quiet.
Quiet.
So now we have the tachete, sorry.
You
She's
boys be
talking
quiet.
to the
It's
two
plural.
boys. Pardon?
Right. It's
Yeah.
plural.
Yes,
Would be
plural.
plural.
So yeah, be quiet, you naughty
Yeah.
boys. Let's see. Julia's nose
Does
is
not have
not
a big
ugly.
nose, right.
Depart from the peristelium. Pick up the other roses and put them
Put them
in
in water.
water.
Right. No problem.
So, all right, who wants to go? Let's see, we'll do it to 80 next. Who wants to go next?
I'll
We-
go.
we get to do repeats.
Oh, boy.
I'll take it.
Sure.
Pueri ceteras quator rosas sumunt et cum iis discedut. So the boys take the four roses and
Leave with them.
they leave with them. Okay.
Right.
Emilia, quae iam sola est in peristilo, ancillas vocat, Delia et Sira, venite. So Emilia's now she's alone in the peristilo. She calls her servants Delia and Syria and tell them to come. Delia et Syria, I keep wanting to say Syria.
Yeah, I know,
Delia-
I do too.
Delia et Syria ex atrio veniunt. So they were already in the atrium, which we didn't know, but since it's ex atrio, then they were coming
Yes.
out of the atrium. So they come out of the atrium, and Emilia eas interrogat. She asked them, "Sut ne puere in atria?" Are the boys in the atrium?
Yes. She just told them to go into, to add water, and the easiest water is actually in the atrium. And so she, like any good mother, she's basically checking up on these two.
They definitely need checking up on.
They need checking up too. And yeah, the only thing I would say is, okay, pueri ceteras quatur rosas. Ceteras, we have the, this is where we get et cetera.
Yeah, that's the others. Yeah, it means other.
So yeah, it'd be the remaining or the others, the other four roses. So that's the only comment I would have on that, but otherwise,
Okay.
all right. And now,
You can do this one if you want.
let's see here. Where's the best way to break this up? Oh, all right, we'll do this one next.
Okay, Delia,
Oh, you
respondent.
don't have to continue. You can pass it to somebody else if you want.
No,
Unless
no,
you
no,
want to
no,
do it.
no. No,
Okay,
this
go
one.
right ahead.
Delia respondent. In Aturio sunt Amelia, quid agiunt Marcus et Quintus? Delia, Pieri quam sumit ex impuvio
Impuvio.
sera et rosas in aqua pugnant.
Onunt.
Ah,
Onunt.
tongue doesn't want to work today. Okay, what it is, Delia is responding that they're in the atrium. I mean, the
Yeah,
Ah.
the atrium.
right. Okay, and then Amelia says, quid on- is it? This is where I get a little confused. Quid is what?
Yes.
What is Marcus and Quintus doing? And
Correct.
Delia responds,
Yeah,
Uh,
and just hold on a second. That's why I'm going to come back to that verb for a moment, agunt, but
Okay.
continue in the meantime.
okay, then Delia, she responds that the boys are, okay, they're, okay, well, give me just a second. The boys put, I get, see, this is where it's just like 3 words, but it seems like I can get a whole, like a War and Peace out of those 3 little words.
Actually, you can. English
Okay,
uses
okay,
a
the
lot
boys-
of helper, what are known as helper words.
Okay,
not
then
to not use
the
them.
boys, Delia is responding that saying that the boys have put the roses in the water.
Well, hold on. Huere
Really, boy-
aquam sumunt.
okay, Aquam is,
Boys have taken up water
Out of,
from the impluvium.
oh, see, I would have said, okay, from, see that X, that
Yeah.
EX. It's got so many different dual meanings that I get.
It does actually. Latin
Mm.
gets a lot of mileage out of its words.
Tell me about
They
it.
work harder.
and Sarah completes her sentence.
Right, yeah, and then he says, yeah, the roses were put in the water.
In the water, right?
And put the roses. in the-
And put the roses in the water.
Where do you get? Oh,
She starts the sentence with Delia. The boys took the water out of the impluvio and put the roses in the water.
ah,
You see,
okay.
when I first read that, knowing how these boys behave, I thought they just threw the roses in the water.
No.
So it's
Well, okay. To be fair, you could interpret it that way, but the sumunt means to take up, okay?
Okay,
So
Then-
it basically it says that they picked up some water.
oh, I was gonna say they took water from the.
Yeah, they took water from the impluvium
which is
and
what I-
put the roses in that water.
Right.
So it's
Mhm.
the aqua
Right.
and the aquam, you're talking about the same water. So no, they did not. If you just look at this, it would sound like they just threw the roses in the water.
Mhm.
But no, they got water out of the impluvium and put the roses in that water.
See, I don't see that like a complete sentence, because
Sure,
I
it's-
look it up and my mind doesn't make. the
Well, yeah,
connection.
part of it
Like
is
what
you
Alex
have
did.
Delia, who's one handmaid, says part of it, and then Sira finishes the sentence for them.
Right, she's just completing her sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Michael, I'm sure that, your wife completed your sentences on more than one occasion, right?
That's why I'm no longer married.
Oh,
Because I was speaking a different language than she was.
I see. All right. Ago. Okay, now. All right.
Is it
I wanted
Agunt or how do you say it?
Agunt.
Agunt, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Agunt.
Agunt. Yeah, now we'll see Agunt in the plural. Let's see, do they have it in the
Would be
they don't have it
AGI.
in the notes? It's probably at the end of it. Okay. Ago, or well, Ajit will be the he, she, it does something or is doing something, and the Agunt is the they. Ago is or Ajara, which is the video here. Let me write this down here. Ago, Ajit, and Agunt.
Important word.
There we go. And then it is from the verb ajata. There we go. Oh, good. Is a very
Useful word.
flexible word in Latin.
Very flexible.
It really, the basic meaning is to set in motion. Let's just see what let's see what they do with this one. Okay.
It's like the Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, see, this
Latin.
has a lot. Notice they have 46 entries. Whoop, sorry, 45. Can't count. It really means to set in motion, to do, to drive, to lead, to conduct, to impel. We get it in the Gloria. Gratias agimus tibi, propter magnam gloriam tuam. We give you thanks on account of thy great glory. The agimus there means
Yeah.
to give, in this sense, to give. Okay, gratias agimus, we give thanks. So it has all sorts of meanings, but it basically it means motion, okay, of some sort. So what they're saying there is, I mean, colloquially, we would say, what are these guys up to?
Doing.
More literally, it says, what are the boys doing now? Okay. Doing is not a bad translation for Agunt here. And you can tell that Emilia has been a mother for some time. She's probably
She knows her kids.
yeah, thank you. All right, let's go down to 90. How about somebody else?
Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question about that.
Sure.
Adjunt and Agi, then it's AGE. That's where I'm starting to get confused. In one, the root is AGI, right?
The root is Ajete.
No,
Ajit, well, I thought Ajit, you dropped Ajai, AGI.
well, okay.
See, then they put an E on it, and I'm sitting there going, because when you go further into it, that last section where we had to fill in the blanks, I started to do it, and I threw up my hands. I couldn't figure
Okay,
it out.
all right. Let's switch over to here.
Think in English, you have words like cough through, like THROUGH. The words, they look similar but they sound completely different. Well, in Latin, they have some of these words just don't have they're irregular and they don't fit a real good pattern. I think Ajite is one of those. Am I correct, Michael?
No, not really.
Not really? Okay.
Ago, agis, agit, agimus, agitis. Whoops, I left the G out. And Gunt. Okay,
Come up with AGE.
now I'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
Imperative.
Oh, actually, let me in fact,
This is where I get
give me
really
just a second
confused.
here.
It all means the same. The word means the same. It's just it's either a different tense or mood or
Yeah.
Yeah.
different
yeah,
mood.
okay. So if you look up in the dictionary,
Mhm.
you'll see ago and ere or
ERE.
ajara. Well, let's do it this way. They may or may not have the oh, now I got to remember the past tense. Come on, brains. Oh,
UT?
hold on here. I'll get it right. Oh, AG, that's right. Come on.
I guess what I was trying to get at is because of the G and the vowels, that the sounds can change.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's true. Yes. This
Yeah.
is a hard G.
And that can be
ago.
confusing.
This is a soft G, agis. This is a soft G, agit. Agimus, soft. Agitus, soft. Agunt. G is
Yeah,
not
but-
soft before you.
But
So
Michael, when I
anyway,
think
here is the, this is the I form or ego. Well, let's do ego. Okay. And this would be to or thou. And this would be he, she, it.
Mhm.
This is we or nos.
Why don't you say the he, she, it in Latin?
You're right. I don't know why I did that. Is it. There we go.
Hmm.
Whoop. And this is the vos. And I apologize. I did not mark the O's long. And this is they. Now,
In Latin.
in Latin. Oh, darn it. Now you guys got me totally AE.
keep them honest, Alex.
There we go. And yeah, there we go. Now this is what happens when I type in Latin and speak in English. I either switch to speaking in English and typing, or well, anyway. Now, where did the aj come from? All right. If you remember, let's copy this for a moment. And let's, whoops. Ah,
Well,
Well,
isn't the root of, isn't it AGI, Agi? Or,
no, okay. What the book said,
darn,
which is depending upon where you are. Yeah, they well, the root is AG. The endings are the O, the IS,
EIT,
the IT, the emus, the itis,
EIT.
and the unt. There we go. And this, of course, is an ending.
That second last one, the Arunt, why wouldn't it be AGIUNT?
Whoops, let me get, yeah, there we go. Ago belongs to what's known as the third conjugation. And let's see here. Oh, there's Allison. Let's go back to here and let's pick up the grammatica. And I think,
Michael?
Yeah.
Aren't we really in the imperative? Don't we say the stem is the infinitive minus the RE? And that's your imperative.
yes.
You didn't say
That wasn't,
I don't think you said that.
no, what I said here is the AG is the stem.
No, that's not correct. The stem is AGE.
No, it isn't,
I think it is.
because agis, IS, IT, imus, itis, agunt. No, the stem is AG.
Well, that's not what the text says.
Well, yeah, I know what, yeah. And
The
I
text-
wish
The
I
text
had,
says that the text says that you drop the RE and you have the stem.
Right.
That's how you
well,
get.
no, okay, hold on. That is for second declension, not third. And I'm looking for where they did that.
Well, wait a minute. Wait, you said declension. Should it?
Conjugation, sorry.
Thank you. God.
All right, no, that's well, I'm looking for where they said that.
They say that in chapter 4, and they're dealing with first conjugation.
Is it in the Grammatica or is it in the no, those are all declinations.
It's in the companion.
All right. Okay, well, I was hoping.
And they say that you can see for voca. So they say
Well, hold on. Whoa, wait a minute. The thing you got to watch out for is for first and second conjugations that works. It doesn't work for the third conjugation because the third conjugation has a vowel shift. So I believe I actually even mentioned that in passing.
Well,
So this
it works for the
is
fourth-
okay.
it
Let's
works for
go
the
back
fourth
to
conjugation.
Ago. Let's see. I didn't put. Yeah, here we
It
go.
works for the fourth conjugation.
This is. I know. This is the third conjugation. There we go. Let's see.
Well, in any event, you take the RE off the infinitive.
Well, you actually take the ERE off.
Well, no, you don't. You take the RE off, and that leaves you with AGE for the imperative.
Right, but what's the plural imperative?
I'm just talking about you were asking about AGE, which
No,
means
I wasn't asking about it. Well, okay, Michael was.
that's the word that
I was, yeah.
that's what's used in the story.
Yeah, but also so is agite. If you go back to the story, you'll see both of these forms depending upon whether it was singular or plural. That's
Okay.
why just to
Well-
say drop the RE, that's a dangerous paradigm because that doesn't work across the entire verb
When you
form.
move, you're saying when you move to the plural, but that works for the singular.
Okay, well, if you want to think of it that way.
Well, tell me where it doesn't work for the singular
All
with any conjugation.
right. But that's okay. If you want to think of it that way, that's fine. But that's generally not the way. Usually when they talk about the stem, they're talking about the non-infinitive part. Okay.
Okay, but then the book's wrong.
No, the book isn't wrong. It's just a different paradigm. Okay.
Well, that they call the stem that part which is other than the RE.
Well, the problem with that is that doesn't work for the third conjugation.
Okay, so the book is wrong.
I'd have to see exactly where they say it. Okay. If you look, okay, first conjugation with stems ending in A. Second conjugation stems with E. Third conjugations with stems ending in a consonant. See the line I'm referring to?
Mhm.
So the stem is indeed the PON or the sum or the disht, okay? You can't just drop the RE to get the third conjugation stems.
Right.
And they even say so right there.
Okay. But you do for the fourth.
But you do for the fourth, yeah.
And you do drop the RE or agere,
If you want to think of it that way, sure.
for the singular anyway.
For the singular, yes.
So I mean, how would you pronounce the rule?
I would say the rule is you drop the infinitive form and then you add the endings.
Well, we were talking about just the imperative.
No, we were talking about them all.
Okay,
He had, Michael, my understanding of Michael's question is he was asking about them all.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
So-
where I get confused.
Yeah, so again, let me make that bold. There we go. So yeah, the AG stays there, Michael, but the ending will change based upon whether it's first, second, third person, singular, plural, or the vocative form. If you recall, in fact, we have good, yeah. All right, okay, this is back in 4. We had vocat, and in 5, you'll see it will be vocant, videt, vident, ponit, ponent, or sorry, ponent, and audit. And let's see, they should show these in the Latine, where's section 5? 4. Yeah, here it is. There we go. They're in this section, we add the plurals. Let me zoom up a little. All right. Whoa, that was a little bit too much. Yeah, there we go. Oh, all right. This is imperative. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Imperative, voca, vocate.
but notice that they don't say AT. They don't draw the line after the C. They don't draw the line like vide, videt. They don't draw the line after the D.
That's their form of doing the endings. Okay, this is not by any means universal.
Okay, I'm just saying that's
Go back to Collins and see the order in which he
Oh,
does.
I understand. I was just bringing it to your attention that that's the way the companion does it.
Yeah, I know. But the reason I don't is because of the third conjugation. So, and also, if you remember in the third conjugation, there's the consonant stem, and then there's the I stem, which we haven't talked about really yet. So, but you can think of it either. You can think of it that way if you want to.
Well, I like the way Collins does it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, but getting back to the original question. So all this is, Michael, is the imperative. So we could copy this over to another verb. And let's print copy. Here, I'm going to do a change to VOC. And whoop, let me finish touching it up. Vocavi, vocatum, voco, vocas, vocat, vocamus, vocatus, vocant, voca, and vocate. And now you see why I split it at the infinitive. So yeah, the form is the two forms are the same. The difference with is in the vowel of the conjugation.
I don't know how to word the question, but look, that's the actual root word, the root verb, right?
Well, okay. There are 4 items in a verb that you need to know. in order to know how to conjugate the entire verb. I've resisted getting too detailed about it. Maybe next time I'll put together a chart on that. That might be a little more helpful. What I look at is what the infinitive is. Okay. Now you can say, well, look at what the first person indicative singular is, which ends in O, and drop the O. Okay, you can say it that way. But what I typically do is I typically look at this infinitive and I drop off the infinitive ending, and that's the root. But you can get it, but yeah, and Alex is quite right. There's a couple different ways you can get at the root. You can look at the first person singular and see the O and say, oh, okay, the root is the other letters. That's one way of doing it. But in order to fully, whoops, let me fix that. That is a first. There you go. But that's the way, that's typically the way I do it. I'll tell you what, I'll show you, maybe this will help. Maybe. Hold on just a second. Let me find it. Okay.
So like vocas, that's the, how do I say it? The second conjugation?
Second person singular, you mean?
First
That's,
conjugation.
see, that's where I'm getting, that's where I use it.
It's ARE
trying to-
or first
Okay.
conjugation.
Right. Oh, let's do this here.
So then all of these are all first conjugation, just in different,
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me, all right. Okay, I see what happened. All right, hold on.
Most ARE verbs are.
Yeah,
first-
verb conjugate. Oh, actually, let's do it. Let me do it this way. I'm going to change, let me change the share here. Ooh, there we go. Okay. All right. This is a giant table.
okay,
You see that?
yes, sir.
There are 4 conjugations.
And again, what's the conjugation? Just so I have,
That is a verb form.
it's just a form, it doesn't, it, and the form is how it's used in the sentence?
No,
No, a conjugation is a template, if you wish, on how the verb forms change depending upon how you're using that verb.
think of it this way, that all verbs are divided into 4 conjugations.
Right.
Okay, the first conjugation where it's ARE,
Yes.
can that
Think of
also
it
be a
infinitive.
second conjugation word? But
Think
it
of
has to be
infinitive.
ERE then.
Yeah. First is ARE, and that's the infinitive ending. The second is long ERE. The third is a short ERE. And let's not worry about that. There's a special case of the third. Let's put it aside for the moment, okay?
Well, what's the difference between the first, second, and third, other than the ending? See, because when you do that last section, A and B, I started to do it and I just, I had to throw up my hands. I couldn't figure it out.
Michael, if you go back to what you showed a minute ago with the ego to is vos,
Yeah, let's go back to that. Maybe that'll
go back
work.
to that. That'll help.
Oops. Guess what I did? I changed. Oh dear. Here, hold on. I broke something. Let me fix it. When I did that change, I did a change all. Oh dear. Hold on just a second. Okay. All right. All right. Let me try one. Before I do that, let me try one thing here.
Okay.
Okay. Let's take the word amo.
Okay.
All right. Amo, I love. Amare,
Ula,
love. Amavi, past tense, I loved. And amatus is enlarge the screen. Okay, here, let's try this. How's that? Better?
mhm.
Whoop. There we go. So amo, amare, amavi, amatus. You need to know the 4 principal parts of a verb in order to be able to create all the forms of that verb, okay? The ones we're working with are the present tense, okay?
Okay.
And we're working with the active, not the passive, okay? So amo, I love. Amas, thou lovest. Amat, he, she, it loves. Amamus, amatus, amant.
So
We-
in that, in the present tense, that first, you're talking either first person, second person, or third person.
Right, first, second, third, first, second, third. This is singular, this is plural,
Got it.
okay? Ignore the passive tense for the moment because we haven't had it yet. There's something called the imperfect, the future, the perfect tense, the pluperfect, and then the future perfect. We haven't had them yet. And then there's quite a few. That's why I don't like to show this table. Now,
Okay.
what's the difference between, say, let me go back to the top here, the ARE and the ERE? Well, let's go to the second conjugation here. Moneo, monere, monui, monitus. So moneo, mones, monet, monemus, monetus, monent. These are almost exactly the same as, whoops, I went too far. Sorry about that. See, you're right. St, mus, tis, and int. Okay.
Mhm.
So we go here. Whoops. Do I have a license to drive this mouse? Probably not. There we go. Whoop, too far. So
Right.
s, tis, mus, tis, and int. So the vowel here is different because of the conjugation, i.e. the vowel in the infinitive, but it is st, mus, tis, int. If we go down to the third conjugation, here we go. You're going to see the same thing. Is, tis, mus, tis, int. What changes is because this has got an E here, this vowel changes, and then that one becomes a U, a UNT, simply because I guess the ancient Romans didn't want to say regent, they wanted to say regunt. I'm sure there's lingual patterns that say,
Yeah.
wait, why that is a U instead of an I.
And Michael, you might add that this is where agere fits.
Yes, agere fits in here. And so if I scroll all the way down, rege and regite, so age and agite. In fact, yeah. I will put together a table next time that will hope it won't be anywhere. This table, by the way, is my reference table. Okay, I did it strictly for me for myself as an exercise to go through them all. And
Well, should I be studying the ending of each one of those verbs then to determine what tense they are and whether they're singular? I mean, whether they're first, second, or third person?
correct.
So the only thing I got to really concentrate on is like mus, tis in the present tense for amount.
Right now, they gave it to you easy. You only have two. You only have third person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me drop back here to okay, let's do okay, where is it here? I know it's in here someplace. Oh, there it is. Whoops, there we go. All right, let's go back to here. See, all they have done is they have only given you, just worry about these guys for a moment. They gave you vocat and vocant, videt and vident, ponit and ponunt, and audit and audiunt. So all they gave you were the third person forms for the what's known as the indicative.
If,
They gave
Michael-
you,
Michael, if you go to the text, you can show it even more clearly.
yeah, they also gave you the imperative forms. This is the second, well, all imperative forms are second person. Okay, there is no such thing as a imperative is a command. So you are commanding somebody. So they're all second person. And
But if
so,
you go back to the text where we
Yeah.
were,
yeah, it's where I'm going here. Give me a
it
moment.
becomes real clear.
I zoomed in a little too far. Whoa, I zoomed out a little too far. There we go. So let's go back to, let's see, we were here. Whoop, missed it by one. Okay. So if we go, okay,
We were around line 87 or.
yeah, but you can, you can see it right here. I'm talking about the imperative here.
Right.
Notice he's talking to Marcus and Quintus, vocate. He's telling Marcus and Quintus, call Julia. So this is plural, okay? And
Because
here,
you have a compound a compound subject?
yeah,
Okay.
But you were
Marcus and
talking about,
Quintus, yeah, Marcus and Quintus, so it's plural.
yeah, but
Okay.
Michael, you were saying, you were trying to draw an example about how the third person is there. So you can show all the verbs here, like audiunt.
Yeah, I can get there. I can get there.
Okay, all
One
right.
step at a time. Anyway, whereas here, Julia, veni, okay? If it were Julia and Emilia, you would say venite. Just
That
like
would
the
be
hymn,
plural.
venite adoremus.
Mhm.
So yeah, you need to know what the ending is as to whether it is singular or plural.
Mhm. Imperative.
Pueri Juliam audiunt. Okay.
That's plural.
The boys heard Julia. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Julia, vide mater. Look, mother. Videte pueri. Look, boys.
Look at- Oh, okay.
Videte rosas meas. See my roses. Now she's talking to everybody there, so that's why that's plural. Okay. And then, okay, Emilia is tace puer improbi. She's talking to Marcus here. Basically, shut up, kid. Okay. So, yes, you need
tace,
to
then there's
look at,
tachet.
you need to look at the endings of the verbs. In fact, you need to look at the endings of all of the words to know how they function grammatically.
Okay. And that's where I'm starting to really get lost.
Well, I'll put together a tape. Well, you did pretty well. I mean, you picked out the meaning pretty well. I will put together a table. What they are doing here, though, is they're gradually introducing to you the endings. So notice, well, let's go
Well,
back.
there's like tace, T-A-C-E.
Yeah.
And then there's T-A-C-E-T.
Yeah, tace. Yeah, there's tacete. All right, let's look at this. Pueri improbi. How many pueri improbi are there?
Well, there's two.
Yeah, naughty boys.
Mm-hmm.
So tacete is plural. Whereas tace, which was up here,
Is singular.
is singular.
Ah,
In
okay.
English, we do have plural and singular verb forms. We just don't have them that much. I run, he runs, you run, we run. So really in English, it's typically the third person that singular is where we change it. But in the case of Latin, it's different for each person and whether it's singular or plural.
Mhm.
But Michael.
Yeah.
Look, going back to what you said earlier, to try to help Michael understand this, all of these verbs, except for the imperative, they're either third person singular or the third person plural.
Correct.
To help you, Michael, understand what is going on here. When you were asking earlier, do I need to memorize all the endings? Well, eventually you will. But for the purposes of this story, the only thing that you really need to notice is like redent. Well, that's the plural because you're dealing with Marcus at Quintus, but it would be redent if it was singular. And the same thing for venit. That's singular. So it's third person. All these verbs are third person singular or third person plural because you're either dealing with one or you're dealing with multiple. And so that's all you need to be concerned with at this stage.
Yeah. Yeah. All you really have is third person other than the, aside from the imperative.
Other than the imperative.
Yeah. But but ultimately you will get all the others.
Yeah,
That's
but
why that's why I don't want to hit you up with those tables yet.
It's a lot to take in.
Because it's a lot. Yeah. It's, it's it's a 20 course meal. It's a lot to digest.
That's like, I know we're gonna be running out of time here, but hopefully next time, finish up on 5 and do that section, the homework for A and B.
I will look at, well, let's
Try to
look at
get
A and B.
lost.
All right. You said you were lost on A and B, so let's take a quick look.
Correct. I started to do it and I
Okay. Let's see what they want. Sometimes what they want is not intuitively obvious. Okay. Okay. Julius et Emilia in
Avilia.
Villa.
Avilia. A,
Yeah,
long A.
yeah, long A in Villa habitant.
A and T, right?
Yeah, A and T.
Okay, I
Cum
got that part.
leber.
Then you got cum libros et servos.
No.
Why? See, that's where I'm going. oh, wait,
Okay, all right.
plural
Cum.
is with.
Okay, let's.
I mean, it's a preposition, so it's a
Yeah,
preposition.
yeah. Let's type. Give me a second here.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Now I got to remember the phrase.
It gets worse when you get close to 70.
Let's see. Well, remember. Let's see if I can type this in. The thing to remember.
See, like that liber, it could
Yeah,
be
well, no, the
liberi or
liber, yeah.
liberos.
Now the
That's
question
what-
is, what endings go with the word cum?
Well, it's
You
a long
remember,
road.
cum sancto spiritu in gloria Dei Patris?
Right. So I guess it would be.
So hold on. So cum takes what? it takes the ablative.
Right, it's because it's a preposition.
Yeah,
Okay, so it would be libro, long O,
It's plural.
plural,
It's plural.
which is what?
is.
Ah. And I was saying, and what was OS then?
That is accusative. Now, if you go back
Okay,
and, oh boy, now you're gonna make me find which chart it was. I'll pick this one at random.
give me all your charts.
Oh, here we go. Maybe it's in here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. See, I've given these before. Oh, now I got to do a new share. Hold on. Okay.
We're
oh,
making you earn your keep tonight.
there we go. What?
We're making you earn your keep tonight.
I know, man. I was just gonna lay back, let you guys read, and take my, chill and drink my beer here, and you're making me work out. Anyway, yeah. Now, okay, I did give this chart before.
Correct.
So, okay, so the ablative. Whoop. So here, so we want the ablative.
And it would be the ablative of the masculine.
Yeah, but it's also plural because there's more than one. Oops. Hold
Hey,
on. Let me regain my
See, now that you said it, now it's starting to cut. Now
there we go. Oh, come on.
Oh, God.
If it helps, Michael, in my notes where I see where
There.
I'm doing my ablatives, it's for, with, in, by. That's kind of how it was introduced to us in Collins, and that helps me with all those prepositions to
Yeah.
remember those are ablatives.
Yeah.
Well, the ablatives to me is I just say ablative, that's going to be a preposition. It's going to be a prepositional
Yeah.
phrase.
But,
Yep.
but the word cum, that cum always takes the ablative.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct. That part I got. Then it's a matter of is singular or plural. And
Right.
I guess
Well,
I need to start really memorizing this chart.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they
Now
have-
we've had pretty much all of these forms. I'll include this in I'm going to do a summary.
But if you look, you'll see there's three words there. It's liberis, servis, and ancilis. And so it has to take the plural.
Well, I don't see ancilis in this, but
I don't
oh,
see any handmaids in
Well,
here.
it's cum liberis et servis.
Yeah. So this will be an IS and this will be an IS.
okay. And then Dominus multos servos.
There we go. Yes, multos servos et multas ancilas habet.
All right, I'm still, it's still not clicking in my brain. I don't know why. Go back to that chart again, if you could.
Sure. Whoop,
I hate to be
hold on.
monopolizing this, but
Hold on. Let me get the right one.
Oh, you're okay, Michael. This helps us too, so don't worry about it.
Okay, where is it? There.
okay, so it's going to be plural. I would say, okay, it's got to be IS and then same
Let's see
thing.
if I can put both of these up at the same time. Maybe that'll help.
See, then the next sentence starts out Dominus mult, then.
All right. Well, darn it. I can't put up at the same time. Oh, wait. No, I can do it this way. Hold on.
Can't
Give
do
me
a split screen.
Hold on. Just give me a second.
There you go.
Hold on. Okay. I think I can I can collapse the top. There we go. There we go. And let me squeeze this in here. Whoop. Give me just a second. Having a large monitor is very useful for me, but not so useful for you guys. There we go. So yeah, what you pretty much need, except for the verbs, for the nouns is really this chart, which by the way was in number 10 of the notes. It's in fact, you'll see it in other places. I gave it a couple times with some of them grayed out as we added them to our list.
Okay,
Oh.
now start that next sentence.
Domus, or
I'm gonna-
sorry, Dominus.
That's the master.
Yeah, now if we go to the end here and we see here's the verb habet. So the master has.
Many.
We know we need accusative stuff. So let's see, here's the servus or servi. So we need accusative plural masculine, so that's servos. And we know that the multos ending matches the servos. So dominus multos servos et then we have ancilla, well, handmaidens. So there we want the feminine form. So that is
Plural,
the
right?
ancillas. Et
Yes.
multas ancillas habet.
And that's right, the adjectives got to,
Yeah. Right
Same.
now, the two endings will match perfectly. Later on, we're going to get some other conjugations. So, sorry, some other declensions where that's not entirely true. But the gender and number and case have to match.
but the adjective that's describing the noun, they both have to be the same, whether they're singular or plural.
Yeah, they have to be the same gender, number, and
And
case.
yeah, right, there you go.
And
same.
since all the ones we've had so far are the same as the nouns, it's easy.
See, it's the way you did that though. You went to the end of the sentence and you got habit, and that's singular. And I'm sitting there going, okay, present tense. And I know the master has many servants and
Yep.
yeah, but see that the many, I don't see it. See, the multi and the servo they both have to match in whether they're singular or plural and in the same what's the other word I'm looking for? Same case.
Case, right.
And that's, see, I don't know how you got I'm not able to make that quantum leap yet, so to speak. I mean, for me, I mean, it's
Well,
nerve-wracking.
Okay, the reason I'll tell you why I went to the end.
Okay.
I know the master is doing something. He's the subject.
Mhm.
No idea what he's doing yet.
Well, you know, the master and the master has ownership. He has.
But yeah, I didn't know that until I went to the end. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, then. Okay, good. Go.
So I have to figure out what is the master doing. Okay. And the answer is the master he is possessing, owns. Okay. So Dominus habet servus. The master has servants. Okay. Dominus habet ancillas. The master has handmaidens. Okay. Dominus habet filios. The master has sons. Dominus habet filiam. Master has one daughter.
Mhm.
So these are the endings that we need to fill in here. And all we've really done is then we've added some adjectives here.
Correct.
You know, Dominus habet servos means
Okay, I
master
can-
has servants.
I can
Well, does he
understand.
have? We know all that says is
I
he has
think
more
it would
than
help
one.
you, Michael.
Pardon?
If you knew that the noun that you're talking about, like servus, is either feminine or masculine, feminine first
Well,
declension.
that I know for a fact. Servos, it's masculine, and then ancilla and is female.
Yep.
Okay, so once you know what the declension is, then you can use that chart and find the ending. But you have to know what declension it is. So if it's servus, then you know it's second declension masculine.
Yep.
And so there, your endings for all of these nouns have to correspond with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say that one more time, Alex.
Okay, so what I was trying to say, because I was trying to follow your reasoning, saying, how am I supposed to know
Right.
what the MULT ending is supposed to be? And it's all based on the noun that it's modifying. So if
So then the noun becomes the controlling factor then.
it does.
in this-
Yes.
Okay, got it.
If you
Okay.
know, which I think you just said, that you knew that in the nominative case or in the that it's servus. So you look down here and you say, okay, yeah, I understand it's a second declension masculine. So once you know that, then you go down to the plural in this case, is it the accusative?
It's BI. It's still in the nominative. Because of Dominus.
Well,
Yes,
if
no?
you go back to the verb though, you have. So the master has servants. So that means you're in the accusative. The master has accused. So servants are the direct object. Do you see that?
So to be servos, OS?
Yes,
Yes.
correct. So you have to analyze the master has, that's why Michael went back to the Hobbit so that you
Right.
knew what the verb was. Once you
Mhm.
know what the verb is, then you can determine, well, what's the relationship between the master and the verb and this word servus? Is servus the direct object? And if you determine that it is, then you say, well, okay, well, we're talking multiple, so it's not singular, it must be plural. And that's where you get the os ending.
Okay.
I know it seems complicated, but you have to look at what Michael.
No. It's starting, I'm just trying to see a relationship there.
Yep.
And that's where I'm kind of like struggling. But for what you guys are saying, but again, I guess I got to really break it down into like itsy bitsy pieces, so to speak.
Well,
See, because
yeah, I don't know. Everybody approaches this a little bit differently. The only danger in breaking it down,
kind of like piecemeal in it.
yeah,
Well, the
I'll
way
tell you
it's
what,
set up
we'll
right-
talk about this next time, okay?
I was going to say
It's
the way
already
that he had this-
9:14. But yeah, I mean, Alex is quite right. There is you could almost write a computer program for this, except for the fact that Latin word order is very flexible. It
Mhm.
gives computer programs fits. If you've ever used Google Translate, it can get confused on word order and make some rather hysterical mistranslations. Yeah, I mean, Alex is quite right. You can think of this as a grammatical puzzle
Mm.
or code, if you want.
Mhm.
The other approach, and by the way, I'm doing this for the benefit of everybody. If this doesn't work for you, Michael, hey, whatever works for
Mhm.
for folks. But the other thing is, is to kind of look at, I missed it again. I don't know how I missed that. Clicked on the wrong one. Let me, is to look at it from well, to read the words and absorb them with the grammar itself. So, ecce villa et hortus Julii. Behold the villa and garden of Julius.
Mhm.
Julius in magna villa habitat. Julius lives in a big house
Correct.
or a villa. Actually, villa sounds nicer, doesn't it? Yeah, I live in a villa. Much more impressive, right? Pater et mater et tres liberi in villa habitant.
That
We
the
go
next,
from a singular noun, habitat, to a plural subject, habitant.
but that next sentence is what really tells you.
Yeah, and Julius et Emilia, tres liberos habent. Julius and Emilia have 3 sons.
2
So-
sons.
Duos filios et unum filium.
Yeah,
non
but
plus.
the key there is, okay, so you have, and so liberos, what that means, it's in the accusative. You see, just like we were just examining on that other question,
Mhm.
just as just as you were trying to analyze that other question, this is a very similar sentence, because you've got habent is your verb, and you know that that's plural. And so then, and they have,
Right.
whatever they have is plural. And so it
Mhm.
has to be plural accusative.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
Now
what,
go to the next sentence where it says in villa multi.
In villa multi
villa
servi habitant.
And then it goes on to say that Julius, and then it says is multos servos. And I'm sitting there
Right.
going, wait a minute, what's
Habet.
why is it one the multos servos and the other one is multi servi?
Okay, all right. In the villa, many servants live, or many servants live in the villa would be a better way of untangling it
Right.
in English. So many servants here is the subject, i.e. the nominative case.
it's because the verb is different.
Well, and also
Well, it's a plural verb.
the multi servi is the subject.
Okay, I didn't see that.
See, whereas in this case, is meaning Julius multos servos habet. Okay. So in this case, it is
As
the
it-
subject.
okay.
In this
Right.
case, it is the direct object. Now, what I was going to say is what I recommend.
I mean, the first one's a subject, the second one is the direct object.
Right. And
Okay.
you can do that now. The only reason I'm hesitant to break it down so much, and you may need to, and others listening in may need to do that. Okay. The danger, though, is that's a bad habit to get into,
Okay.
because well, let me put it this way. If I'm going to read this, let me read the first paragraph. Ecce villa et hortus Julii, Julius in magna villa habitat, pater et mater et tres liberi in villa habitant, Julius et Emilia tres liberos habent, duos filios et unum filium, non duos filias.
Mhm.
Nowhere in there did I say, oh, okay, nominative, that's the subject. Oh, there's the verb. Oh, this is plural. This is the plural third person. This is plural.
No, I understand, but what I'm trying to do now is when I read it, I look at the whole thing and I'm trying to get the gist. Where
Yes,
he's talking about Julius, he lives in a big house.
Yeah.
And he lives with his family,
right.
or with his children. And then it goes on to say,
And that's all good. Okay. What I'm saying is try to internalize the grammar, okay? I don't know how to better.
So then how would you do that next paragraph, that first sentence in vita?
In villa multi servi habitant. Well, I would look at that and say, in the villa, many servants live.
See, I didn't see survey. I didn't see that as the subject or the nominative case.
Yeah, and see, that's okay. This is all right. Well, and what I'm trying, okay, I'm making a distinction here, Michael, and I'm making it for everybody.
Okay.
In your case, you may need to sit in order to internalize it. You know, I mean, there's different ways of internalizing this stuff.
Mhm.
In your case, you may need to sit down and mentally diagram the sentence, so to speak. Okay.
Right.
And you go, okay, now let's see, okay, habitant, okay, that's a verb. Multiservi, okay, that must be the subject because the verb is plural. And that's plural. And then villa is, well, that's in the villa.
Right.
So you can sit there and analyze these.
Mhm.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing to do if that's what you need to internalize the grammar and the structure of the language.
Well, is there
making
another,
sense here?
is there another approach other than that, what you just talked about?
No,
Is that trying-
ultimately
I'm trying
that's what we're doing. Ultimately that's what we're doing.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to find different paradigms that work for me where I can
Yeah,
sit.
yeah. And I understand that. I understand that. So I'm not discouraging you. I'm just telling other people that try to avoid the secret decoder ring if you can. Sometimes you have to. I mean, I've read sentences that I looked at and I said, whoa, what does that mean? And so I really did have to kind of break it down and reassemble it into something that was digestible. But
then like there's times where.
But really what you need to do is read through this several times and hopefully that that difference. Now, what you may need is you are understanding it when you read it intuitively, but you're not consciously able to break it down. And so that's probably where you need more study is in the sense that, hey, you really do need to sit here and break it down and struggle with it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, people learn things absorb different things at different rates.
Correct. Okay.
But I will summarize that. Yeah, we're getting way over time. I will summarize.
I'm sorry.
Either that's all right. That's all right. We had a 2-week break, which doesn't help.
In that 2 weeks, I forgot everything. So
that's a sign of something, but I can't remember what it is. Do you remember?
Old age. Old age.
I have to get back Alice for his May Day.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, walked right into the front door of that one. Okay. I will, well, let's see, where are we here? Do we want to go back and slog through the second section again, or where are people? I have not had a chance to do a lot of grading, so I'm behind. So maybe the thing to do.
Well, I was noticing in the chat that several people commented they hadn't done the pensums yet. So.
Well, that's, yeah, okay.
Right.
Well, let's,
maybe that's where we should start the next time, maybe?
Pardon?
Maybe that's where we should start the next time, is that last section?
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Let me pop it up here. But that is, oh, wait, no, we did that part. Hold on. Okay, we did that part. It's the Grammatica Latina.
No, keep going, one more.
Oh, you mean the actual?
I'm doing the homework, the homework A and B.
That's a thought. I don't normally go through the homework in detail. Quick, do a screenshot. See all the answers.
Yeah, I wish, dang it.
Too quick, too slow. That's a thought. Do we want to go through the homework from last time?
Well, shouldn't we?
I should say, excuse me, the 3 pensums.
Shouldn't we finish the reading first?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. All right. Tell you what, we'll do this. We'll do this. We're getting ahead of ourselves. You're right, Alex. Let's finish up the section 2, if you haven't done it. Okay, the reading.
Mhm.
And that goes, oh, we actually didn't finish it, did we?
No.
Tell you what, let's take up section 2 where we left off last time. And where were we? We were right here, I believe. Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
let's start off with section 2 again. And we'll get to the end of section 2. I will probably address the stuff in the Grammatica Latina, assuming we have time, and I think we should.
Mhm.
And as far as homework is concerned, and no, I had not assigned the pensums, by the way. Whoops, hold on. Whoop. What I had assigned was, oh, wait, come on. I clicked on the wrong thing.
I thought we.
Yeah,
do it
see
up
the
to 11.
okay, the pensums are after the Lexio Grammatica. It's actually, they belong to this section, okay? Yeah, no, Laura, you're right. You should have done 6, 7, and 8.
Well,
And
I'm already, I've gone all the way to 11, I
yeah,
guess.
you've gone all the way. Yeah, you're actually ahead.
Okay.
you're
Well, 11,
ahead.
I didn't turn it in yet. I'm still scrutinizing my work.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. I have no
bought a-
problem if
I
you
bought
get
the,
ahead of stuff.
exercise book, so that way I can take notes as when I
No,
go to
that's
check it,
fine.
I go, why is this like this? And then once I see the answer, then I go, well, how did they come up with that answer? And why isn't my answer right? And then that's where I sit there and go, okay, now think about it.
Well, we
Okay.
will continue with the section 2, getting through the end and do the exercises up through 8. And then we will start to tackle the Lexio Grammatica or the Grammatica Latina. This is where I was going to introduce a summary of some of the charts. They kind of have it in here, you know, Julius non unum filium sed duos filios habet.
Yeah.
So you see the unum,
He
you
doesn't
see
have
the
one
singular
child.
versus the
Right.
plural.
Correct.
Filium est accusativus singularis, filios accusativus pluralis est. So I will put together some of the charts. This one, no, I got rid of it. I will include the gender, number, and case chart. And I will also work a little bit on some of the grammar summary so that we can
Okay.
review what we've had up till this point. And let's see, chapter 6, as I recall. Let's see here. What did chapter 6? It introduces. Give me just a second here. I read chapter 6 and I promptly forgot all of what was in it. I know it's in they discuss the roadways.
Mhm.
Come on. Well, what's taking so long here? I was curious what the oh well, I'll look at the grammar later. Let's just close that out. There we go. So let me close a bunch of windows. Give me a second here. New share. Oop, did I close too many? Oh, there it is. Where'd it go? Hold on. Let me close that. Share. Ah, there it is. Yeah, there we go. So
And that's all going to be in the notes.
yeah, really,
We-
it was, if I remember correctly, last time I assigned part 1 of chapter 5.
Mhm.
Maybe I assigned part 2, but anyway, yes, part two exercises. Okay, oops, yeah, see, this is my, this was my mistake of when I did that change. A-G-A-I-N. And again. There you go.
Okay.
And I will put together a summary of the grammar we've had so far.
Very good.
So hopefully that will clear things up because you've actually had quite a bit. Okay, let's see, new messages. Oh, it was part 2 last time. Okay. Well, if you did part 2 last time, then you're up to date.
Yay.
So anyway, I'm closing windows here. Give me a second. I got junk all over the place. Okay, so with that in mind, let's do our final prayer here. Mute all. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum. Adveniat regnum tuum. Fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie. Et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimitimus debitoribus nostris. Et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. And with that, we are done.